Hey Fae folk, welcome back. So for today's video, we're doing something that is a bit different for the channel, a bit new, and something that I am super excited about, and that is doing a doll tournament. So for today, we are going to be taking a look at slumber party dolls, like different sleepover themed dolls from different lines, and we're pitting them head to head to find out which brand has done the slumber party theme the best. So before I can get into all of the fun part, I do need to say this video concept was originally an idea from one of you guys. One of y'all commented and said that I should do something similar to this. The exact mechanics might be a little bit different than what that person was originally thinking, but hopefully you are happy with how this video turned out. I think it was a really wonderful idea, so I did just want to say a big thank you to that person for the concept for this video. But yeah, we are taking a look at different brands of slumber party dolls, and I asked you guys through a series of polls on my community tab to vote between different choices. I didn't tell you what I was doing, which was kind of the point. It's more fun for it to be a little surprise, right? But I used that information to fill out the tournament bracket and to see who would end up winning and who is the best slumber party doll line of all time. So I ideally would have wanted 8 contestants to do a bigger bracket for this, but it's kind of weirdly difficult to find doll lines that are dedicated who have this theming, slumber party specifically. I don't know. I don't think LOL has done a really specific slumber party line. I could be wrong on that, but I don't think that they have. Or Barbie has made sleepover dolls, dolls in pajamas, but a dedicated line is something else. So we only have 6 contestants today, but it's enough to do a little bit of a sort of altered bracket, I guess would be the best way to put it. So the doll lines that I asked you guys about and who are the contestants for today were Gen 1 and Gen 3 of Monster High, since both of them did have dedicated slumber party lines. And to be honest, I did kind of need to pad it out a little bit. Then we also have Bratz, My Scene, Rainbow High, and Ever After High. So those are, like I said, the contestants that we're going to be getting into today. Let's see how they fared. Alrighty, so here is the start to our brackets today. For this first round, since it was the only round that I have any control over. Obviously, I did set the pairings intentionally. I wasn't randomizing this or anything. I wanted them to be fair and to kind of be pairings that made sense for the first matchups. So the first match that we had, the first poll that I sent out to you guys was for My Scene's Pajama Party. I don't know if it was Pajama Party or PJ Party. I wrote PJ Party, but now I'm was that short? It doesn't matter. That's not the important part. Versus Bratz Slumber Party. Now, with all of these polls, I did leave them up for one day. I felt that was a good amount of time for a lot of you guys to be able to get your votes in, but also I didn't want to leave these up for too long, just because I thought that would be kind of boring and the video would take significantly longer. So yeah, left them all up for one day. So other thing to note is the first poll I think had the least amount of engagement, which technically speaking could skew the numbers, but I'm not a mathematician. I'm not adjusting for that. I'm not doing anything in that realm. So there are different numbers of people who voted in each of these polls, but we're just going with the results and not really accounting for that. So in the My Scene versus Bratz Slumber Party lineup, 389 of y'all voted, and it was really, really close. 47% said My Scene was better, but 53% of you said that the Bratz Slumber Party line was better, which means that Bratz gets to move up in the tournament. This is one that I definitely agree with. I don't know if it's just because I've seen them on shelves or because I feel they're kind of more detailed than what it looks like from My Scene, but I just wasn't really feeling the My Scene. To be fair, y'all know that I'm not really a pajama person in general when it comes to dolls, so maybe my opinion doesn't count for much, but I would have voted for Bratz, so this felt a little bit validating. The next matchup was between Rainbow High's Slumber Party and then G3 Monster High's Creepover Party. I wanted these two to be together just because I felt if I did the 2 Monster High ones together intentionally, obviously if they ended up being that way later on, I can't help it and that's fine. But I felt if I did it intentionally, it would really just become a G1 versus G3 poll and not looking at the specific lineup. So I wanted to try to get rid of that generational bias that might be present by not pairing them together. And I also thought that it made sense for Creepover Party and Slumber Party from Rainbow High to go against each other, since excluding reproductions with Bratz, these are the 2 most recent Slumber Party lines. So it just felt right to me. Significantly more votes with this one. 1.4 thousand of you all voted in this poll, and it also was a lot less close. Only 34% of you said that you preferred Creepover Party, while 66% of you said that Rainbow High's Slumber Party was better. So Slumber Party does get to continue on, and this is another one that I do agree with. I like Monster High G3 better as a brand than Rainbow High. I definitely have a bias towards them, but Creepover Party I didn't think it was a great slumber party line. Like, again, I'm not really someone who tends to like sleepover dolls. Like, that's not my niche necessarily, but I can still appreciate the Rainbow High ones. I think they're really nice and detailed, and they came with like extra outfits and everything. So while I prefer Monster High G3, I can acknowledge that, like, to me, Rainbow High definitely deserved to win in this scenario. And then for our last first round match, we had G1's Dead Tired from Monster High, and then Ever After High's Getting Fairest. And this one was an absolute landslide. I kind of feel bad. Out of 1,000 votes, only 17% of you preferred Ever After High's Getting Fairest, while 83% of you said that Dead Tired was better. And like, honestly, I do think that probably the lines are fairly comparable when you just look at the dolls, but I do think that maybe the theming is more interesting for Monster High. You have Draculaura with her like pigtails that are stuck up super straight because it's like she's supposed to sleep upside down, so it's mimicking what gravity would do. And then it's not in the picture, but like you have the Laguna Blue with the hydration station. So I understand this one. I definitely get it. I would have picked Dead Tired too. I kind of feel bad because Ever After High just got absolutely annihilated, but like I kind of get it. So that means that going into round 2, we had Bratz Slumber Party, Rainbow High Slumber Party, and then G1 Monster High's Dead Tired. So that's 3. That's not enough to do traditional brackets. So instead, we have an elimination round. So I did a bit of a different poll for you guys. I asked you not which was the best, but I was like, warning, this one's a little bit different. Which of these is the worst line? So 1.4 thousand of you guys voted, and 52% of you said that Bratz Slumber Party line was the worst out of the trio, which like is kind of crazy to me because, full disclosure, I can say this now because they're being eliminated. I would have picked them to be the best. I don't know if it's just because like I am in a bit of a like adjacent Bratz phase. I'm going to do a video about it eventually. We'll talk about it in a second. But like I have been looking at the Slumber Party dolls that are like the reproduction ones, and I've been like, do I want to try a Slumber Party doll? So it might be that bias that is like leading me to feel like these are the best. I was so surprised that so many of y'all voted to eliminate the Bratz Slumber Party line, because I definitely would have picked them to win. But like 52% out of 3 options in a poll, that's not even close. Only 22% of you said Dead Tired was the worst, and 26% said Rainbow High was the worst. So it hurts. But it's very clear that Rainbow High has to be, or sorry, Bratz has to be eliminated in this case, which means that moving on to the final round, we are looking at Monster High G1's Dead Tired versus Rainbow High's Slumber Party lineup, which was the final poll that I presented to you all. And this one was like kind of sort of close, but it was definitely clear enough to have an obvious winner. So out of 1.3 thousand votes, 63% of you said that you preferred Monster High's Dead Tired to Rainbow High's Slumber Party, which also really surprised me, just because in terms of pure detail, like I absolutely understand that like the theming for Monster High is like better in my opinion. Like we've talked about that a little bit earlier. I do think that they had really strong theming and like some sort of unique quirkiness, I guess you would say, in the Dead Tired line. But the details in Slumber Party, like the 2 outfits and like just the level of quality that we were getting with Rainbow High at that time. And I know that these dolls are like quite expensive secondhand, especially Brianna. Like I'm thinking of Brianna the most, the pink one. She's like expensive to get now if you want to try to order her online from like eBay or Mercari. So I was really surprised. I would have picked Slumber Party if I couldn't pick Bratz. I shouldn't say Slumber Party because both Bratz and Rainbow High had that line named Slumber Party. I would have picked Rainbow High if I couldn't pick Bratz, but this is your poll. This is your tournament that you guys are controlling. And 63% of you said Dead Tired was the best, which means that I must crown them the winner. According to you, the Fairy Tale Dolls community, according to the Fae folk, Monster High G1 had the best pajama line out of all of pajama lines across all of dolls. That's kind of dramatic and hyperbole because like I definitely didn't include some of them. But y'all know what I mean. Monster High Dead Tired is the winner. Yay! Like I said at the beginning, I was so hyped to get to film this. I think it was such a fun idea. And even though the dolls that I wanted to win didn't win, I still think that it was super interesting to like see the polls and see their responses in real time and get to put this together. I had so much fun with this video. Y'all don't even know. So please let me know if you want to see more. Like I really want to do more. I hope that you guys like this concept because it was super fun to me. I will say it's hard to find at least 6 dolls or at least 6 brands that have produced a lineup that are all in the same theme. So like, it's kind of difficult. I was thinking of doing winter next, but like, I don't know if the Skulltimate Secret Series 2, the Fearadescent, really counts as a winter lineup for Monster High G3. And G1 didn't really have a winter line. So like, I don't know. It's tough. It's complicated. But if you have any suggestions for themes that you want to see me do this type of video for, absolutely drop them in the comments down below. If you like want to really go out and like above and beyond, you could also let me know at least 6 brands that have that theme. If not, I'll do the homework myself. I'll work on it. We could probably definitely do like swimsuit dolls. That would be fun. I don't know. I just really want to make more of these. So please do let me know in the comments if you want to see more and if you have any suggestions for themes or lines or whatever the case might be. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know who you think should have won. Did your like top pick end up winning, or are you disappointed like I am? I just want to know all your thoughts because this was super interesting. But yeah, that's going to be it for me for today. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day or your night, or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.